Hey.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. We are here. Yay. We're live. And we already have awesome. We already have 6 people watching. Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday.
Yay.
Paranormal
Friday Eve.
Let's take sips. We're going to take sips.
Wait.
That's very refreshing.
It's a little hot.
Hey, Mom.
Mama's here. Let's see. Let's go to
Hey,
comments.
Mom.
Mama is here. See, that's my mama. Hi, Mom. That's Mom.
Mama.
There's Mama. It's so good that you guys have joined. Thank you so very much. Like, this week has been pretty awesome. I mean, we left a team and we resurrected Night Song, and we are just 1 week in, and it's been amazing. What do you guys think?
I'm excited because, okay, check it. Like, you know, I don't know how I know I've been on a couple hunts with both Buffy and Tabs, but this was my 5th hunt with the most recent one that we went on. And I had no idea I was going to love it as much as I did. Because I'm a horror buff, but I hate haunted houses. So when she mentioned it, I was like, without any thinking, I was like, yes, absolutely. Yes, let's go. I'm just excited. I'm along for the ride. I'm excited.
Right?
I know. I feel the same way. It's, Barb, she'll send out something going on, and I'm like the first one to say, yes, I'll go. I'm there. And then when I can't, I'm like, oh.
I know it sucks when we can't go somewhere. And I'm like, all these, all ththese stuff, and Tabitha's like, but I can't go to that one. Like, it's okay. It's all
I
right.
feel so bad.
There will be more.
There are times.
You know, I just feel like we all get along so well, which is odd for a bunch of females sometimes. And I just feel like this is how everything aligned for us to do this.
Yeah.
And I just think it just worked out perfect.
I agree. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
Mom said she's in always. Of course you are.
Yay.
Mom. She's a paranormal mom.
Paranormal mama.
Mama spooks.
Mm-hmm.
But we have Tabitha, who is here. She's one of our lead investigators. We've got Buffy right there, one of my besties. Of course, another one of my besties, Alicia. And you guys, again, thank you so very much for all your love and your support and your shares. I mean, we appreciate it so very much. And we really didn't plan for it to be an all-female thing.
Stars aligned, and it just kind of happened. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. I guess that's how it was supposed to be.
Yeah, for sure. That's how it happened. But
Spirits United, exactly.
Yeah, it's just crazy. So, what's in the name? So, of course, Night Song. So, of course, I wanted, when I started this team last year, I had all kinds of great plans for it. And so when I was thinking of the name, I was like, well, I'm a musician and I'm a paranormal investigator, and I wanted my worlds to kind of collide. And so when you investigate, usually it's at nighttime. Doesn't have to be, but that's usually when we investigate. And then I'm also a musician who plays at nighttime. So Night Song just kind of came together. And so
you're a lady of the night.
Lady of the Night Song.
Okay.
I sing
the night.
That's how you can afford all these investigations.
Oh, the nighttime. You gotta do it.
Go, Sanucci.
Taking one for the team, I tell you. But
drink that tea.
I'm gonna drink that tea. We got a lot to talk about too. I mean, we will not be naming names anyway.
Nah.
But you guys, I mean, we're really huge on Uni-Tea too, and that's what I mean. The Uni-Tea, obviously, we're making the tea and everything like that, because we're going to talk about a little bit of everything. But I think it's so very important that you put into your community, because when you do that, you get just as much out of it. Mm-hmm. It's so very important to be a viable, contributing member of your community.
Mm-hmm.
I concur.
Absolutely.
And I know, Buffy, you were saying that earlier on the phone, that it's just so important to do that. So anyway, this is our team. We get to do it our way, and it's going to be quite amazing. And we've already made some really amazing freaking friends.
Right. I mean, it's just been it happened so quick, and all of a sudden we got all these investigations, which we'll talk about later, lined up. It's just been amazing.
Yes, it's been great. And so we also have a couple new members.
Yay! So excited. Let's see. This week we brought on Shelly, Katie, and Emily. So Shelly, I've investigated with her at a couple of locations, Old South Pittsburgh and
Moore County Jail.
And so, and then Katie and Emily are her daughters. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So we got like a little family thing going on, and I think they're just going to be really awesome with the group.
It really is. And Shelly, she comes to us from Nashville or Tennessee Paranormal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she actually, many of you probably know who she is. She was with Ronnie, and she would run Moore County and Lynchburg County, the home there with him. So she's just great people. And then, so when she mentioned that she wanted to join, we were like, all in favor.
There was no question.
They're like, why are we voting?
Like, really? Why does this need to be called for a vote?
Right. But it's good that we do include everybody and everything. So.
That's right. That's right. You know, but that's what we say, you know, it's just, I don't know. Anyway, so new members, and we have some collaborations coming up.
Yes. I take it that's my cue.
That's your cue.
Yes.
Looking at you.
I'm slow today. I'm slow. You know, it's like Barb was saying a moment ago. We had talked today about collaborations. You hear collaboration, networking, especially in the corporate world, and you roll your eyes. But you know, it's as a team, we all firmly believe that unless absolutely necessary, bridges never get burned. Connections are always connections, and everybody working together is only good for everyone, period, end of subject.
Yep.
You know, and it's, you know, we've got some great investigations coming up with some great teams that have already jumped in and said, yes, by all means, let's do this together. We've got Back from the Grave Paranormal that, you know, April 29th and July 31st. April 29th is at Gaines House, July 1st, Clay County. Elite Vixens Paranormal, another group of fabulous women. And then Ken 10 Paranormal, we've got, you know, a couple in August with them. It just goes to show that when you put it out there that you want to work together, it's nothing but beneficial for everyone. We get to investigate larger places when we do this together, when we all trust each other and understand what it means to work together.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's important. I mean, you make friendships, you know, it's like, it's the same thing with any kind of work that you do. You have to have really good connections and meaningful friendships out of those connections. So I feel like we've made quite a few of those, and I'm really proud of where we're going. And
I mean, just like all the people in the ghost hunting community, it's kind of like come out of the woodwork. They've been so receptive and so welcoming. So thank you to all the other groups that have liked and shared some of our stuff. In turn, we've shared a lot of their public events and stuff like that. And it's just like we're building a bigger investigation family in the ghost hunting community. So that's pretty rad to watch unfold.
It is. You know, and we were already, you know, building a lot of really good friendships, for like the last 6, 7, 8 months.
Mm-hmm. So,
you know, and I've heard from a couple people, and they're like, man, that didn't take any time at all to transition. No. And no, it didn't, because
2 days.
What many people don't know is that I already had Night Song established, and I was already posting to it and using it. And so when we decided to do this, I was like, hey guys, I've got my other team. I had every intention of doing this back last year. Let's just do it. And it was seamless. It was literally seamless.
It really was. It fell together all too well.
Yeah. And then what's so great is all our friends that we've made in the last 8 months or so, they're so very supportive, and we can't thank you guys enough for all your support. It's just
Look, this falling together, I left my house for an hour and a half. When I left the house, there was one whole thing. When I got home, there was a whole other thing. And yeah.
In like 1 week, we had 242 followers on our page, our Facebook page.
That's amazing.
That's pretty awesome.
That was amazing.
I cannot with everybody's support.
And it's coming out of the woodwork. So support, like people are calling and going, hey, can you investigate with us? Or we're just able to reach out and everybody's just like, okay, this is what we have. This is what we can share. This is what we'll do. And it's just been eye-opening being in this field since 2006. It's just really been eye-opening how much you can collaborate when you want to.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you get out of it what you put into it. It's so important to be a viable contributing member to your community.
And it's all about building relationships. You don't want to burn bridges with people because honestly, just, seeing the healthy relationships that are being built with all these other teams, look at all these brand new places we're able to get into. So don't burn bridges with people. That's the best advice out of this whole.
But be
burn
true.
sage, not bridges.
Yeah, sage, not bridges. But that's the thing is that we're staying true to ourselves, and people see us exactly as we are. There's nothing. We're not hiding anything. We're exactly who we are, and that's what I love about us. But I do have a question for everybody.
Okay.
What is your most terrifying paranormal experience, or one that has changed you for good?
Okay, so for me, I've only gone on the 5 hunts, but I will say kind of the turning point was the second hunt that I went on was in the funeral home. I don't know if I mentioned this to you girls. So it was Lady Christine of the house in the Harrison Funeral Home. When we were approaching the landing in between the doors of her bathroom and her bedroom, and this happened twice now. I come around the corner, and then as I was in this one spot of the floor, I got chills from my head all the way down to my toenails. And it was like, and then I started bawling my eyes out. And everybody was like, what is the matter? What is the matter? And I was like, I have no idea. So we went into a room and we were hunting and whatever. Didn't think anything of it. I was like, okay, I don't know. Maybe something touched me. I'm not sure. So we went into a room. We were doing our hunt and whatever. Came back around. I was in that same exact spot between the two doors. And again, chills from head to toe. My breath caught. And I just bawled my eyes out again. And I kind of took that as because we had just come out of Miss Christine's room, and the history behind her was basically she was an elderly lady. She had dementia, and her family was tying her to the bed so she wouldn't come out and fall down the stairs, because it was just she came out, there was the landing, and she could have fallen down the stairs. So they were doing it for her safety, but she died in her bedroom by herself, tied to the bed. That's just very unfortunate. So I think she was trying to convey the sadness that she was feeling. And let me tell you, I felt it. I felt it. That was wild. So
Tabitha, what was yours?
When I first started investigating, I had a case with another girl that was named Tabitha, which was really interesting. And we were at this house helping these people. It was up here where I live. And it would only happen to her when her husband went out on, to Afghanistan, or it happened when he'd go out in the field, and it wouldn't bother him when he was home, but it would bother the family when he would leave. So we did an investigation. All the guys left out, and they kept saying, like, y'all need to go back, because we were in the bedroom. They're like, you need to go back into the bedroom. And we were like, we're not leaving the bedroom. I don't know what y'all are seeing walking around. Then like we had a massive form figure on the ceiling, and then it was just like the what is it, the trifield meter, the it rang constantly for an hour upstairs in the hallway. And every time I hear that now, I have like PTSD from it, because it just went off and went off, and I could hear like drums. And I was like, where are these drums coming from? I was like, is there drums outside? They're like, no. And one of the other girl next to me, she got she had a handprint on her at the end. It was just, everything happened at once. Like it just blew up. And we sent it to the husband while he was overseas, and all the guys watched it, and they were like, "We will serve another term instead of staying the night in your house."
Ooh.
So that was just the most.
Wow.
That speaks volumes.
Wow.
What happened was, it was where the slave quarters were in their backyard. They had part of the slave house. It was a bunch of where they build where they probably shouldn't build, and like a bunch, like thousands of houses, and they just disturbed these spirits. But I know, like, before I was on that team, they had audio recording where they would be like, they left out, and then they heard when they played back the recorder, you could hear like, "Whew, it's hot in here." And then one of them was like, "Well, they'll come back home and turn that up," talking about the air. And they're like, "We miss them." And you know what I'm saying? Like, they were having their own conversation about them they knew what they were doing. Those spirits did. But they would wait till the husband left, and then they would only bother him when it happened, when he was gone. So that was the best one. And I do have to say, the cemetery, hands down.
Oh,
Shadow figure, and running, and I was like, man, that was something I had never seen. Like, I don't really investigate cemeteries, so that was like my first cemetery investigation, and that was priceless. And then my daughter was there, so that was priceless, and she saw it. So I was like, oh, that was perfect.
Yeah, and we had it was an event that we had done, and I know Coleman. I'm not going to keep that a secret. Coleman Cemetery in Murfreesboro is awesome. If just call the sheriff's department if you want. Don't go on and do an investigation without calling the sheriff's department, because they will stop and they will ask you questions. But if you want your team there, just call the sheriff's department and let them know that you're going to be there for a little while. But is shadow people galore. And we had, bless her heart, Amisha and her family. She had seen, her and I were seeing the same thing, and it popped up from one of the gravestones, and it shot off to the left. And she, bless her heart, she screamed, she ran, and I was like, stood there, and I was like, well, that happened. So Coleman, Buffy, what was yours?
I haven't done as many to have anything kind of scary, creepy, that bad kind of get me.
Yeah.
But I would say, as far as bordering on creepy, happened at my most recent, at OSPH. Through the night, we all had been investigating, and we had a lot of signals come through different ways through the night that were referring to paganism, demons, evil, and all of this. And I started putting some pieces together about, maybe a portal open that was not closed, something like that. Tabitha, were you standing there when I was talking about that? There was somebody standing. Okay, I couldn't remember who was standing when I was talking directly to Chris about it. But I was just spitting my theory of all of it out there, because no spirit in there ever through the night for me personally ever felt threatening, but we kept getting these reactions like that. And so I started kind of speaking my theory on it out loud, and Chris and I both froze. It was this overwhelming. For him, he felt like somebody was just hanging on and touching the back of his head. For me, it was head to toe. I couldn't move. I couldn't get a sentence out for a moment there. It was like this moment of, oh my God, somebody has figured out what we're trying to say.
Wow.
And I just remember we stared at each other like, what is happening? And then that feeling kind of went away, and I still kind of sit here, now a few weeks later going, wow, that was, as far as, it didn't scare me per se, but it was definitely this overwhelming moment of what?
Yeah. Yeah. I have to say mine was, we went to Moore County Jail. Tabitha witnessed this. Y'all were downstairs because we're only doing 2 people at a time up in Mr. Nasty's cell. And I went in there, and Tabitha and I, you can't be nice to him. And we don't do well with provocation. We just don't provoke. And we're like,
we were so bad at it.
Come on out now. Like we're being like, trying to be like that. And Mr. Nasty, now it's time to come out. But anyway, and that just didn't work. So anyway, we had heard that he really liked Johnny Cash. And so we were like, I wonder if he'll respond if we, put on some music. And so I just started singing while Tabitha was trying to bring it up on her phone. I was trying to bring, I hear the train running down the bend. I don't know the words, but anyway, I was just trying to hum it and everything. And like all our bells and whistles. And what was that? Is somebody's ghost talking?
We just heard some kind of voice come through.
Who knows at my house?
I'm not.
That was.
I was going to say. I'm not going to say there's not a lot of popping and creaking happening back here where I'm at, but there's a lot of popping and creaking happening back here where I'm at right now.
Well,
So,
two of us. Two of us live in haunted houses, so no telling what's happening.
Hello, hi, ghosties. Hello, welcome, besties. Welcome to the show. Anyway, we were in Mr. Nasty's cell, and anyway, we were singing Johnny Cash, hear the train rolling, running down the bend, blah, blah, blah. And then I was just kind of dancing around and stuff like that. And this feeling, I've been touched before. I've had the weird, like, spider webs feeling, but I have never felt this. It felt like somebody grabbed my face and was just holding my face. I was like, I was like, now back off me now. I don't like it. I don't like it. Back off me. Mr. Nasty, I don't like that. And as soon as I said that, like, it released. And that was the craziest. I know people have been bitten and scratched and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I have been scratched, but I haven't been, and I've been rushed, but I've never had that before.
You've never been held by a spirit?
I've never been held. I've been held by a murderer.
It was so loving and kind.
Yeah, it's that.
It was a warm embrace. Mr. Nasty
that heard it. There was a handful of other people that heard that.
Okay, thank you.
Crazy.
Yeah, it audibly came through. Like,
yeah. See, Frankie heard it. Mom heard it. Aunt Deb heard it. Thank you. We're not crazy.
Yeah, we're not crazy.
It came through.
But we do have some of our people on here. Hi, Craig. Frankie.
Craig and Frankie.
Hey, y'all, my best friend is in here tonight. So, hey, Sherry. She joined in. She went to Savannah with me when we went, and she's my ride or die partner. We've known each other since 3rd grade, and she's grew up with my haunted craziness.
Yeah. But see, I have always been a skeptic.
Same.
I've been into the paranormal. I've loved the shows. You can ask any of my family members, any of my friends. I've always watched paranormal shows. But then it changed for me when I went to Octagon Hall, and this is something that Tabitha and I have in common. So that changed for me in 2016, and that's when I got the paranormal bug. But I still am a skeptic. When Tabitha says that, I felt something, I heard something, I see something, I'm like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you did not. So, Buffy, you're not a skeptic at all.
it depends. So
segment,
because I've never not known it to be around me, I kind of just accepted it. But I can even remember as a kid the things that would happen in the house I grew up in. I would hear it at night, and I would get up the next morning and look around. I would try to debunk before I knew what debunking was as a word.
Right. Yeah. Like, did I really hear that? Or did
it was like, I had this really high bed as a kid, and I had kind of my little spot that I hid under it. I had books under there, flashlights. I would go under there and do that. And I'll never forget, there was one night I was laying in my bed wide awake, and I could hear pages turning in a book under my bed.
Bye.
And I just laid there and listened to it. And the next morning I got up, and I'm like under my bed looking around, trying to figure out how my books could have been moving. And it never, I just kind of went, okay, and just went on.
Not bothered.
I'm not.
No, I wasn't. It's never, it's weird because it's always kind of been around at times for me. So when I first started realizing what was happening, I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, what's up, Steven? We got mid-10 paranormal up in here, up in here, up in here.
Up in here.
You're gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. I know that you, like, I kind of catapulted you into this world too. So I was like, you're coming with me.
Yeah, really
you're coming with me.
You really didn't have to twist my arm on that because I was like, yes,
yeah,
I want to go. After my first one, I was like, let's
Hooked.
go. It's kind of like getting a tattoo. Once you go on your first one, I was
That's
like,
it.
I'm ready for the next one.
That's all it takes.
So, yep.
Now you're ready. Now you're ready. My thing is, and y'all like chime in, most of all, especially all you other paranormal investigators who are here, Craig and Steven and Frankie and all y'all. I think, like, I know it's great to have all this experience under your belt, but I think it only takes a few investigations for you to really figure out how to do it. But still learn as you go. But it takes, the most thing you got to have is common sense in this field. You've just got to have it.
Common sense and patience. I think.
Patience.
Because,
lots of patience.
Yes.
You know, you're not going to go into it. Every place is not going to be 100% active when you hit the door. You might be quiet. We've experienced like so much activity for several hours and then it goes quiet for a good prolonged period of time. Or certain places we go into and there's nothing off the bat. Or some people, like in Old South, there were some people who are like, really wasn't as active. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Certain rooms that we went into, I don't know, maybe just because we weren't making as much noise. We were waiting for like somebody to come back at us. We were just, I don't know.
Think,
it's different.
Again, I always say this, you get what you put in.
Yeah.
And I really think the certain energies of the people investigating can make or break an investigation. You got to come in with certain mindset. You know, you have to put a certain energy into it. And something's setting your equipment off right now, Craig. Hi, Tammy.
I think what amazes me is when you have two people. We were on a case one time and we had 3 people in the room. 2 people saw something. One person did it and we were all looking the same way.
Yeah.
But the one who didn't see it was a skeptic, and the 2 that did see it believed more than the skeptic did. And you're like, oh, you know, like, did it just show itself to us? The 3rd floor of the courthouse. But he loves Barbie.
I was actually talking to Steven today on the phone, and I was like, I've got a bone to pick with that dude on the 3rd floor. Like, we're going back. We'll talk about our upcoming investigations, but we're going back in August. And I told Steven, I've got a bone to pick with that son of a you-know-what. I've got a bone to pick with him because Terry was in the other room, and she was doing the Estes method, and that guy was after me. He wanted to isolate me on the 3rd floor. And I told Tabitha, I said, when we go back, somebody needs to sit on the 2nd floor and like wait to come either with a bucket so I can pee in it or save me from the 3rd floor. I am going to isolate myself up there. I'm going to do it. I'm going to be scared, but I'm going to do it. That's what we're here for. We investigate.
You got some big tea bags.
I got some tea. I'm bringing my tea bag. I'm bringing my tea bags.
Are you bringing your mom too?
Mama's coming. Mama
calls her out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, Steven, all I can say is visit the 3rd floor. I'm telling you that 3rd floor, I'm coming for you, whoever your name is. Did we ever figure out the name?
Mm-hmm. But you know, it was very active in the back where we were at that night.
Oh, in the records room.
No, when we were upstairs on the 3rd floor, remember, like, your music box kept going off and other, you know, like your mom got touched. I handled that really well.
About she had a stampede all over my mother. She was like,
I stood up. I was ready. I position myself in case I need to lead everybody else out. I am first one to say, fall on my back. I'm out of here. I will make a way where there is no other way. But I'm just saying. But I think it was very active back there for us, and it was probably because of you.
Well, you know what? And we tested that theory because I was like, I think I need to step outside and just see if the energy changes. And sure enough, as soon as I stepped outside, the whole everything changed, the whole thing. And I was out. It was cold that night. It was particularly cold when Jeff was coming over the Estes method and talking to Terry. And anyway, so after 5 minutes, I went back in, and it only took about 2 more minutes before Terry said, her up, like wanting to get me back on the floor.
Wow.
Man, he was just a little shit. Sorry.
Piper is.
Well, you asked if anybody had figured out his name or one of their names, and I'm guessing. I mean, if nobody has, apparently Stephen has given him his name.
Yeah.
Yes,
so his
Jeff.
name, So his name is Jeff, and they're actually doing an event there. And they also got a second. They got Hotel Wilton. I hope I'm saying that right.
I believe it is.
Yeah, but we're doing a 2-part investigation in August of the hotel and the courthouse right down the street in Carthage. So if any of you guys, investigators, want to come with, we are accepting a few more people to come with us. But we're also going to be collaborating. But while we're on the topic of investigations, let's talk about them real quick.
So next weekend, April 29th, we've got Saturday, the Gaines house. See, I'm not very well versed in this one, so I won't be there.
I'm sorry.
I'll be out of town, so that's sucks.
It was a field hospital.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, is that a collab too?
That is a collab with Back from the Grave.
Okay.
With Larry and
so
his
that's
crew.
Larry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. And that's next Saturday. And then
Saturday the 29th. So May 6th, we've got Murray Station.
You guys, Murray Station. Oh, this is going to be awesome because it's a fairly untouched location, and there's not much out there that we know. Craig's coming along, and Tammy are coming with us to that one.
I heard it wasn't a very good place to investigate.
And that's where we sip our tea.
Wait.
No,
Hold on.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going.
I know. I'm so bummed that you can't go, but I understand.
Because I'm not going.
Because you're not going. But that's okay. We'll go back.
Listen, that's me on free events. Speaking of not going, June is Two Rivers Mansion. I won't be at that one either.
My mom's going to that one too.
Now, Two Rivers. We're collaborating with Elite Vixen Paranormal in that one.
Mm-hmm.
Chicks.
So I feel really bad for Craig because he's going to be the only male. You're going to be surrounded by women.
So much estrogen. So much estrogen.
He's just going to go off with his SLS. He'll be like, you guys could just use whatever.
So that's June. June is the Two Rivers Mansion. And we got July, Clay County Courthouse. And this one just kind of happened.
Larry with Back from the Grave.
Oh, this is another.
This is another.
Event.
Yeah,
okay.
He was like, how do you guys feel about blah, blah, blah? And I was like, okay. Okay.
Sure. We're in.
So then August, we've got, I'm not sure which one is which.
We've got
County Jail.
Yeah, we got Scott County. Both of them are with Ken 10.
Okay. Very cool.
So we got Scott County Jail, and we've got the Smith County Courthouse and Hotel Wilton.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm coming for you, Jeff. I'm coming for you.
All right. And then September, we've got the Thomas House. And I'm really excited about that one because you've talked about that a couple different times.
Oh,
so I'm really geeked about going to that one.
Thomas House.
And then, are we ready to talk about?
Well, yeah, but we can't say what it is.
We can't disclose the location, but we are working on something huge.
Huge.
It's huge for October, and it's going to be a pretty rad event. So you'll be seeing teaser posters for that one. Keep your eyes and ears peeled for that, because we will be.
And I don't think
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I don't think any of us has been to this location, have we? The one in October?
No.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
No.
Mm-mm.
Y'all, this is going to be, I mean, like
I'll
when
have
we
to
did
go
our,
with a group.
I mean, when we did our event with Old South, like we knew all about the history of it. Tabitha's been many, many times. And so this location,
I'm like,
that
Bob's here in room 202.
like we knew all about it. And so you have to know about an event, a place that you're having an event at.
Yeah.
We will be having an event at this certain place, but we have never been. So we need to do some sort of a visit. We can't tell you anything else, but just know that we will be selling tickets. It will be huge.
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 And it'll be around Halloween
Huge.
because
it's going to be around Halloween.
I'm a whore for Halloween.
She's a whore for Halloween. Go ahead, say it.
I'm a whore for Halloween. All things spooky. It's Halloween in my soul. 360.
Spooky season.
Exactly.
I cannot wait.
Mhm.
But anyway, we'll be selling tickets for that.
So y'all just need to stay tuned because we've got lots of cool stuff happening. Keep liking, supporting the page, telling all your friends. Keep checking back for the page for different announcements because sometimes we will have people drop out and we need some extra bodies, and we will reach out to some of our friends that have investigated before and ask if you guys can jump on
Frankie
some stuff.
and Craig and all y'all. Yeah.
So yeah, keep sticking in tune to the page, and you might be finding yourself on some more hunts with us.
And we do have t-shirts for sale, everybody. T-shirts for sale. And then all the tickets that we are going to sell for any of our events, you guys, 100% of these proceeds, we get a percentage of sales from our t-shirts. We will get proceeds from tickets being sold for our event in the fall. And 100% of all of that will go towards our team. Not only that, we will be doing some charity work as well.
Yes.
So we all have talked about that. And we're going to do some sort of a food drive or something for Thanksgiving. And then we're either going to sponsor an angel or do Shop with a Cop or do some sort of local charity and give back into the community. You know, not only does the money help the team, but it's going to help our community too. Yep. And anytime you do something like this, if you make money, you need to give back. So I wanted to share everybody, just in the next few minutes that we have, I wanted to share our website real quick. If you guys wanted to check it out. Let's see here. So here's our website, everybody. We've got an about section, which just kind of tells you a little bit about our team and a little bit about us, some pictures. We got to get pictures of Miss Shelley and Emily and Katie, but right now they're cute little ghosties.
Hey Barbie, somebody wants to ask a question. So yeah, go ahead and ask your question. Is it Lena? Lena? How do you say it?
Hi.
Lenny?
Yes.
Yes, you absolutely can. And then we have some of the equipment that we use. I mean, we use most of this on every.
Well, they all look alike, Shelly and them.
Don't they?
Mother and daughters, so they do.
Yeah, they resemble each other since they are, you know. Let's go back to them for just a moment, shall we?
The resemblance is uncanny.
Here's some of our equipment. We do use all of this stuff on a lot of our investigations, DVR systems, all of that. Trigger objects. Here's our events coming through. Now, when we do go to sell tickets, you will find that right here for our fall event. Hopefully we'll be able to do that soon. Here's our upcoming and past investigations. And if you want to buy a t-shirt, proceeds go to our team, some of them, percentage of them. We get about $2 to $4 per t-shirt that's sold. So just know that you're giving back to the team. Frequently asked questions. We have those here. If you want to join our team, there's membership information and a application, but we're kind of full right now, but we're always taking them. And then how to contact us. That's right there. So, yeah, that's about it. And we do have a question.
You do have to go through the hazing phase.
That is be on the 3rd floor of the Smith County Courthouse with Jeff.
And get locked in Mr. Nasty cell.
And get locked in Mr. Nasty cell.
Sit on his bed with his fingers in your hair.
All right, Tabitha, what do you think of this one?
Describe what goes on in an investigation. Who, me? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I think it just depends on, like, we like to go in. I know Barbie and I have talked about going in and getting like a baseline and making sure, because in that way, if something does happen, you have a baseline of what's gone on in that room throughout the whole house. So if you do have a K2 spike, you know you were in there, you checked in a room, and if it's a 0.2 and it's up to a 6, you know there's most likely something there. And then sometimes I have pre-questions that I think of, you know, because I ask dumb questions like, do you have a name? Like, who doesn't have a name?
Right.
So I do pre-questions in my head what I may ask, and we do a lot of research before we go. And then snacks are the most important, and you just get a feel for the house. Like sometimes you can just walk into a location and you just automatically know something's going down tonight, or you may walk in and be like, this is nothing's going to happen.
100%.
So what all do y'all like to do for y'all's investigation?
Like you, I really think it's so very important that you go in with some history of the location. I think you need to know that. History of the location. I think that a base reading, once you set up all your equipment, you can't just go in and automatically just start. I mean, you have to set up equipment. We like to booby trap everything. We put equipment in every single room. We DVR, we put static cameras everywhere. And then once we're set, takes about 30 minutes. Once we're set, we have history of the location. We go through, we get baseline readings. We report it back to base. And then we kind of split up into smaller groups, and we go in with what history we have, with names. And then sometimes it leads to other things, but there's different techniques and different equipment. You can't just go in with one piece of equipment.
And that's also with, you know, it takes the learning part of all of this, because I think when we first went to the first one at Richard Hardy, you had like two or three pieces of equipment. I think you had the cat balls and the flashlights.
Mm-hmm. Flashlights were a big one. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's like, it's not a one size fits all kind of thing, because especially at Old South, there were so many different things that we had brought with us. We had a music box, we had cat balls, we had light up balloons. We had the flashlights, we had REM pods, we had K2s, we had all different kinds of things, because you never know what's going to get a reaction. So it's all about gauging the room, see what certain things are going to respond to. So
right,
you never know.
And it's always good when you have multiple pieces of equipment going off at the same time. That backs up claims a lot of the time. And
Casey brought up a very important part right there.
Oh, let me show this.
All the snacks.
Trash Panda.
My Red Bull dealer is Buffy. Like, she comes through with the Red Bulls.
Hey, you know my favorite motto with that: not all heroes wear capes. Some give you wings.
That's very important, Casey. Very important. Thank you for bringing that up.
We're a bunch of trash pandas. We love it.
Live fast, eat trash, baby.
You may not.
We did.
It's like right. It backs up those claims.
Those ghosts are just waiting. Like, really? She's eaten her 8th snack in the last 2 hours. Let's go.
I'm trying to talk to her, and she's over there eating gummy worms. Good Lord.
Oh, Auntie Goldie just popped on. Hi.
But you guys, we're going to wrap it up here. Maybe a couple more minutes, but we are going to go on Facebook Live every single investigation. So the next one that we have is next Saturday, April 29th. We'll probably go live around 8 or 8:30, probably about 8:30. We're set to arrive at 7:30 Eastern. That's 6:30.
I'm going to be touring a winery somewhere in California with my phone up to my face watching you guys.
Good. But that'll be really fun. And
Did she come for me or the snack?
Snacks. Always the snacks.
Snacks. But anyway, so we'll go live on April 29th, hopefully around 8:30 Central Time. Hopefully just follow the page and like us and share us and just whore us out.
Do it because it's good for your health. The doctor said so. He told me that yesterday.
It's highly, 10 out of 10, highly recommended by all doctors everywhere, period.
5 stars. 5-star reviews. All
5 stars, baby. 5 stars. But thank you all so very much for your very kind love and support. I mean, again, this was very fast. And
this little process right here, we've decided like 6 to 8 weeks. We'll just other than the live investigations, we can maybe touch base and kind of keep you guys updated on different hunts and different finds, different equipment, keep you in the loop of all the new stuff that's going on in our world.
Yeah.
And all things spooky.
Craig, back at you.
Oh, Lord. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Becky. We really appreciate y'all. We really, really do.
Love you, Becky.
All right, you guys. Thank you so very much. That's about it, y'all. Y'all ready to go? Y'all ready to end this? We'll only do this once a month, by the way.
Yeah, maybe. That's what I'm saying. These lives.
These lives, don't get used to them too
much. Every 4 to 6, maybe 8 weeks. We'll keep you updated on things. But do be on the lookout for that teaser poster for our October event. It's gonna be pretty fantastic. We're excited.
Did you say hunt? Did you say hunt? Because that came out weird.
Well, whatever you heard, yeah.
Whatever you heard, what it is.
Just go with whatever you heard.
Whatever you heard.
Whatever word you heard is probably not foreign in my vocabulary.
Hey, what if people have questions? Hey, all right.
Hey.
If people have questions, you can either touch base with Barbie, myself, Tabitha, or Buffy. Hit us up on the Night Song Facebook page or the website. There is a request.
I don't know what that was.
Message us and
right. I was like, what word did I hear you say earlier? I was like,
here's our website, nightsongparanormal.weebly.com, because we don't have enough money to pay for a domain right yet. We're doing a free website, y'all. All right, you guys. Y'all take care. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate y'all.
Thank you. We love you guys. Thank you so much for the support.
Sips and spooks, everybody.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.